All right, fine. I'll be a gracious host. How you doing?
Little Mermaid is the scariest Disney movie by far, though.
Why the hell is Ace Blade in your Kickstarter?
Some comics. I'm getting controversial today. We're gonna get controversial today with.
My proudest moment is this interview and being able to talk to you two.
All right, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Torrid Comics, in collaboration with Fourth Wall Productions, proudly brings to you the Four Tales podcast. I'm your host, Kyrun Silva from Torrid Comics. Across the way is nobody, because today we are without Danny J. Quick. But when we are together, we are your two award-winning blurred comic creators here to help you find your next favorite comic. Now we are live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and host of other programs. So if you are listening or watching us live, thank you for your support. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and review this podcast, because all your positive reviews and interactions help us reach a bigger audience. Now, like I mentioned, today I have no co-host. Danny had a last second situation where he had to go help out his family. So I'm going to hold it down as best I can. Sean Barbour is in the house. What's up, Sean? Facebook user, I'm assuming, I'm not even going to assume who that is, but good morning to you. But yeah, we are still going to have a show, even though it's just me. I do have a fabulous guest here who's actually from the West Coast. So if you know our show and the history of our show, you know that we have a lot of problems getting people that are on the West Coast up this early in the morning. So this is going to be a fun show. Thank you, man. I was going to mention, I will wait till next week's show. We have a huge announcement, and you heard me right. We're going to have a show next week, which this will be 3 shows in a row. And we're going to have a show every week going forward. I know we used to do bi-weekly, but things are changing with the Four Tales podcast. We're collaborating with some people, and we'll give you more information next week when we have our show, because we're going to have Michael Watson from Freestyle Comics on, and we're going to talk about that the changes are happening with us and them. And no, we're not joining Freestyle Comics. I don't want to start that rumor right now, but the Four Tales podcast is going to be doing some things that it's going to help us reach out and branch out to new people. Let's see here. I don't know if anybody heard, but there is San Diego Comic-Con. Orlando. Oh, okay. What's up, Orlando? Glad to have you on board, man. So San Diego Comic-Con is going on right now. Huge announcements have been coming out already. One thing that interests me more than anything is we saw some previews for the X-Men 97 series, which if you aren't familiar with the cartoon X-Men from the 90s, go Disney Plus, go watch it. It's one of the best things ever produced. But we got to see the first few images of X-Men 97, and this is a continuation from the 90s X-Men cartoon series, and it looks dope as hell. It still looks like the original animation, but it's just more crisp, more clean, more modernized in a way. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. But if you are in San Diego, or if you saw any of the reports, like I saw Jim Lee confirmed that Zack Snyder is not coming back to any of the DC movies or anything like that. I don't know if you are okay with that. I'm totally fine with it, but I know there's a bunch of Zack Snyder fans out there. So, hey, if you're a Zack Snyder fan and you're sad about that, let us know. But yeah, if there was something that you saw that came out of San Diego Comic-Con, I think yesterday was day 1, today is day 2. Let us know. Join our Facebook group, facebook.com/4talespodcast. We try to discuss different things there. But yeah, let us know what's going on. So without further ado, I'm going to bring our guest on. He is a writer, artist. Like I said, he's from California. He's been making comics for years now. He's fantastic with his pencils, but he says he sucks as a writer, which, hey, we all have our strengths, our weaknesses. But today we have on the show, his name is Nicholas Garza. So, wrong one. Nicholas, what's going on, man?
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem at all. So, for anyone that's not familiar with your work, tell us about who you are, what you do, your company, things like that.
I have my own comic company called Torrid Comics, and I've been making my own comics since 2012, around there. My main characters are Bumper and Pinball, and I just finished issue 5, and I got plans for it to go as long as I can, but I have it worked out for issue 8.
So, do you find yourself with Bumper and Pinball thinking this is going to be a long-term book for you, or is this something that maybe you're going to come back and forth on between the other properties? Because I see, looking in the background, you have this amazing banner with all your different characters on there. So I'm assuming that Bumper and Pinball is probably your main focus, but you have other ideas down the line.
Yeah, I have a lot of ideas, and I want them all to go forever. I like the continuous storytelling, so I always have plans to keep on making more issues, whether I can or not. Bumper and Pinball are the main ones, and I do have a lot of other characters that I have an idea to bring them all together, Avengers style, for like a worldwide enemy takeover, and they'll have to defend and protect the Earth.
Okay.
That is my other book, the aEgis Force.
Okay.
That one with multiple stories. So that's like a little peek at some of the characters. So,
what got you into creating comic books?
Just like drawing all my life. I started off really wanting to do animation and do Dragon Ball Z style art.
Animes, okay.
Yeah. Then in high school, I had a project to make my own comic book, and that's one of my first characters I created was Nightfire. And since then, I've always kept drawing, and I went to college for a couple of years and took an elective fine arts painting class, and I started trying to make a lot of paintings after that, but then it was taking a long time just to do one painting, so I wanted to I got back into doing comic books because like you could produce a lot more art and then keep printing it out and stuff.
Okay. We do have a comment directed towards you. Sean Barbour says, "Dude, I remember when you, Nick, used to have no setup and would just sit at your table at the cons with your artwork due. I regret not getting something from you then," which I actually agree with Sean. I remember meeting you at a con and just seeing your artwork for the first time, and I was just floored by the detail that you put into your work. And this was back in the day. Like in the past couple of years, you've refined your work even more. So just to seeing your progression from the first time I met you, which I was already amazed by what you did, to what you're doing now is fantastic. Facebook user, I think it's Orlando, says, "How old were you when you started this journey of making comics?"
I can't math right now, but it was like 2012. I'm 36 right now.
So you were 26. Okay.
26. Yeah.
That seems really young to be starting. Well, no, that's probably not too young.
And that was when I started making Bumper Pinball. So in high school, I was like 17 when I did that first comic. And I remember, I think the first time me and you met was in a Fresno con, right? That one expo, toy expo.
No, wasn't it SatCon? Didn't you come down for SatCon with Shattered?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think that was the first time. I think then I introduced myself and started talking to you from there on.
Okay, Sean says the first time you and him met were at OroCon.
Okay, dang. That's at the casino.
Yes, it is.
That's a fun one. I don't know if they're still doing it.
They are supposed to be still doing it. Actually, Sean and I are supposed to be doing OroCon together. Whenever they get their stuff together, we've already paid for our table. We've just been on the wait list for when did when did COVID start? 2020, so 3 years now.
Yeah.
They've had our money all this time. So, okay, let's actually talk about that. Going back to Shattered Comics, is that how you got into making comics? Was through Shattered, or were you already doing things before then?
So I hooked up with Shane Will, and that's how I got introduced to Scattered Comics.
Okay.
Scattered.
Scattered, yeah. I mean, I said Shattered, didn't I? Yeah, Scattered. Okay. So you got introduced to Shane Will, who is a writer and artist. And he said
he does his own thing through CK Comics. He used to, and he's moved on to other things now. But I used to do a lot with him. I did like 3 issues of a character called Tomorrow, and then I did I think like 5 issues of his Avengers style team up book, and I think only 3 of those got released.
Okay. Now, was the work that you did for Scattered Comics the first published work for you?
Yeah, I did have this one that I did, but I would say, and I'm being released through Shane through Scattered, so
okay.
Indirectly, I've never had anything like officially through them. Just through what Shane put out through them, so it's kind of like by proxy.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, you said that you fell in love or you started doing comics when you were in high school, and that was Bumper and Pinball, you said, right? One of the characters you did was Bumper and Pinball?
No, in high school I was still like hyped up on Dragon Ball Z, and I had my own characters through Dragon Ball Z. And then I had a high school project. The teacher wanted everyone to make a comic book, and that's where I made Nightfire, and that's right. That's this character right there.
Okay. So when did you decide, you know what, I'm gonna not necessarily forget Nightfire, but do Bumper and Pinball? Like, when did that come about? Because right now you have 3 issues published with the 4th one coming.
I have 4 issues, and the 5th one just came out.
Okay.
And so the 1 through 4 is the story, and it's in single issues, but I also put it in a collected edition. And then 5 through 8 or 9 are going to be the next set of stories. 5 through 8 will be the next like major story, and that will be collected once it's all done too. So what was the question again? The first stuff I did.
How long? When did you actually?
Oh no, where did I transition?
Yeah.
So I don't know when or why I decided to, because I have a lot of stories for Nightfire, like so many to tell, and for some reason I decided to start working on Bumper and Pinball, and I just keep going with them. It's just kind of like going. I just let stuff happen organically. So once I started on Bumper and Pinball, then all these ideas started coming through that, and I've just been working on that, trying to fit into other stories.
That happens, and for me, Saw the Lightning Wielder is my biggest sell, and it's the one I have the most ideas for. But I have so many other comics that I want to work on that I keep pushing those to the side because Saw is profitable. Saw is important to my company as a whole. So I think I understand that. What do you think, though, as far as Bumper and Pinball is concerned, is the long term for that? Like, do you think you're just going to keep it as a comic? Do you think you're going to try to maybe go back to your love of animation and see if you can get it animated? I don't want to share too much, but I know you shared on Instagram a short clip you did of an animation of Bumper that you did yourself. So is that something that you're going to think maybe down the line you'll be able to do as a full series? Or
I would love to have it animated, and I would like it to be anime inspired. Like have you seen the Prime Invincible?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
For like something like that, that'd be awesome. I don't know if I'll ever get something out because making a comic takes me 6 months, and making an animation would take me 5 years.
That's true. And
That
you're doing.
huh?
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
So I'm all for branching out into different avenues of media. I also started learning how to code video games through it's a free program called Godot, and like I'm trying to make a video game right now too. But those are all like side projects that I just work on whenever I need to switch things up.
So you write your comic, you draw your comic, you ink it, you color it, you letter it. How are you able to do all these things and find time to dabble in animation and dabble in creating your own video game for it? Like, how are you balancing this? So, but you also have a family. Like, how are you able to balance all this?
Yeah, I just
yeah, like Sean says in the chat, it's blood sacrifice. It's you've given up a lot, your soul to something.
Yeah, pretty much. I hang out in my little corner of the house a lot. I don't know how fast I am, but people think I'm pretty fast when I draw. So there's that. I don't know. I just work and get in the zone and focus on the project that I'm on at the time I'm doing it. Then I try and hang out at night watching some TV with the kids. Right now I'm off work. I'm doing catering for school. So once that's back in, it'll probably eat up some of my time for making comics. But I don't know. I just keep working. I lose track of time. So I don't know how long it takes me to make a page. I always say about 8 hours. So I could break that up into a couple days.
That's not that bad, though. I mean, I think that's about normal for most professional artists is 8 hours a page. But I do want to show your work since we're talking about it so much. So let me actually share my screen here. Hold on. All right. So tell us about this. Is this the cover to the trade?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So tell us about this work here and what we're seeing.
Okay, so that's Bumper and Pinball, and Pinball is the little metallic alien dude. He is a biomechanical type, like highly advanced being, and he helped build the pyramids. So after the pyramids were built, after a while, he has to be put away in objects to recharge, kind of like a genie in a bottle. And over time, he's put into different objects. The last object he put into is a pinball machine. So we jump to present time, and Bumper is a retired wrestler, and he opens up an arcade, and he buys this antique pinball machine and unwittingly releases Pinball. And when you release him, he bonds with you and gives you a super suit. So kind of like a piece of him. So he's kind of semi-symbiotic.
Now, Bumper is a retired wrestler. So I'm assuming you are a fan of wrestling?
I used to watch it a lot, but I'm not very knowledgeable on everything up to date. I used to watch when Hulk Hogan just started going dark and he started wearing all the black for like NWO, I think.
Yep. New World Order. Okay. All right. We also have this here.
This is the cover for issue 5. It introduces a new character, and she may be a villain or a hero or anti-hero. The story will be told throughout this issue, and then it leads into the next few issues.
Now, can we not say what her name is, or?
Oh yeah,
Your
it's
height?
right there on the cover.
We got to remember we're also a podcast, so people.
Oh yeah, if you're listening, yeah. This character is Avery 5 Cent Flamingo, and the name kind of is off of my daughter's name is Avery, so we were messing around with names and came up with that for her one time, and I decided to turn it into a character.
All right. And the last one you gave me was this one, and this is the aEgis force that you were talking about before.
Yeah, and it's pronounced aEgis, so the A is silent, and I was trying to use the logo in a way to make you
See it.
Pronounce the E more. Forget about the A. I think I'm going to change it up though. But it's aEgis Force, and I know that word's been used a couple times. I know after I came up with this name and title, I watched an episode of The Tick on Prime, and in that they have aEgis, which is an acronym for their SHIELD type government agents. So aEgis Force, and this is just an anthology, and each character will have a short story within the book. And Nightfire is the one that I created in high school, and so you get a little bit about info about him, and the other three will have the origin story for each character.
Now, all these books are available on your website, correct? Except for issue 5.
Issue 5 will be available soon. I'm waiting for it to get mailed out to me. And then I'm going to be setting up a signing at my local comic book store. So once I get all that out of the way, I'll put it up online.
All right. Well, Brad Arney just said he placed an order on your website. So thank you, Brad, for your support. You are an amazing dude.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Orlando said you started drawing this morning at 6 a.m. and he's on page 2 of his book. So that's cool that you're making sales on my show, which I think I feel like I should get a cut of that. But,
a commission.
We'll talk about that after sure.
A finder's fee.
Yeah, exactly. Do you ever find though that when you are at shows or at cons, people maybe come up to you and say, "Hey, I saw your work and it made me try to do something," or maybe started anything like that before?
Has anybody been inspired to work after they see my stuff?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I did have one person do a fan art piece, and it's in one of the issues. Let me look real quick. It's also in the I put all my any fan art I get, I put it in the comics. But it is by Pedro Garcia did one.
Very nice. Oh.
And he just gave it to me. So like,
wait, bring that back up.
Yeah.
Wait, because okay, all right. And who did that one right there?
That one right there is done by a guy named Kyrun Silva of Torrid Comics.
Oh, okay.
I think I got
Oh, dang! I don't remember doing both of them. All right. So yeah, I've done a couple pieces for you because I have all 4 that you have available, and I've enjoyed it. It's a very, I feel like it's a throwback a little bit to 80s and 90s books where it's very adventure oriented. And this is not wrong in any way to say this, or I don't want to say it's bad, but it's not a very hard, deep book in a sense where it's like a lot of espionage or things like that, or it doesn't tackle a lot of current event type issues. It's a very straightforward superhero book, which I enjoyed very much so. I was inspired a couple times. That's why I was trying to lead my question. I was inspired a couple times to draw it, just for fun.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to have fun with it and let it progress organically. So I don't really think about the writing as I'm doing it. I'll just have an idea and then I'll thumbnail it out and the Marvel method. I don't even come out with the dialogue until I'm lettering. And that's when I'll start actually writing all the dialogue out.
Sean Barbour in the chat said, "Bro, I just looked at the entry for the Saw cover contest. Holy moly!" And you know what, Sean? Thank you for that. Let's actually look at that. And if you're not familiar with the contest, what Sean is talking about, I am running a contest right now at sawcomic.com where you can actually draw a cover for Saw the Lightning Wielder issue 4, which is coming out soon. And Nicholas was actually gracious enough to provide a cover. So let me pull that up real quick. So we have 6 entries so far. We have Sean Barbours right here, and then we have Nicholas. We're going to highlight his. And this was just, when I saw this on Instagram, it blew my mind, because when I thought of the contest, I was just hoping for, general fan art, maybe a one image, but no, you really went all out. You put Saw, you have Lunaria up here, you have Calais, we have the Demon Horde. I mean, this is about a good 20 characters, counting all the horde creatures in the background. I was not expecting anything that detailed. So if you are watching, please go to sawcomic.com and vote, because the winner of the contest is going to get $150. Second place will get $75, and third place will get $35. And I've gotten, most of these I've gotten are from the United States. I got this one here from India, which is a very graphic design like image. So I was blown away that my reach was able to go that far. But when you saw that and you said, I'm going to draw this, what was going through your mind? Because this was like not even a week before you busted that out. I don't think it was even like 4 days.
Yeah, I saw you posted the TikTok, and just wanting to, with the chance of possibly winning some money, I was like, I'll try and do something. And I don't like to not put my all into it. So I went through all the comics I had and just tried to kind of guess about how the next issue would be leading into the next story. And I don't know if we can spoil anything, but what is it? What's the newest issues? 3 or 4?
It's gonna be 4.
So 3's out. I got from you on Kickstarter, and it leaves off introducing the new character. So I figured I'd have some kind of, your main character in the focus of the image, and then kind of less. I always think of like in terms of designing a poster for a movie or something. So I have her, the main villain, in the back, and all the auxiliary characters off there on the side.
Well, it came out fantastic. And I mean, I feel like you have a good chance of winning. I don't want to say anything. But I feel like you have a good chance of winning at that. Sean says that Sean and I are actually drawing a comic right now. And he says that we should do a contest just to get you to do a cover for us here. So that might be something we'll have to talk about also, is maybe commissioning you to do a cover at the very least. Yesenia says that looks dope, so thank you for that.
Thank you. I am available for commissions anytime.
So since you said you do love putting everything into your work, let me ask you, why do you love writing so much?
Writing?
Yeah.
Love it. I don't hate writing. I don't know if I'm that good at it. Yeah. I just want to. I started this making my own characters because I just wanted to improve as an artist. So the writing, it just came along with it. I can't afford to hire other people to work with me. So I've always had to do everything myself. Like growing up poor, you learn to do everything on your own.
Yeah. So. Now, do you find it hard to be the writer and the artist on your book and the letter, and also still find time to market your book?
Oh man, I don't even know if I market I don't really market very well.
All right, so you do find it hard.
Yeah. I did do graphic design for a while, so that was a lot of, marketing for the day job. And so I just kind of used those skills to try and promote online with like graphic designed ads and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like to flood my stuff online, though. I kind of rather I just want to draw. So any time away from drawing is kind of a bummer for me.
Now we have a question from Yesenia saying, do you think you have to grow more as a writer or an artist, or both?
Do I have to grow more? I feel like there's always room for improvement. I feel like I'm at a place in my art that I can see my mistakes as they're being made, so I can fix them on the fly instead of walking away and coming back and noticing the mistakes. I can kind of see it while I'm doing it, so I feel I'm pretty confident with my art right now. The writing, I think I need to improve a lot more. But it's just doing it. Like I said, I don't really write traditional full scripts, so I think I could use some improvement there. Just doing the work and getting the experience.
All right. And Sean said, what is the website to get Bumper and Pinball? And that's torridcomics.com, right?
Yes, torridcomics.com. And I do have some quick links on the homepage with all my social medias, and I do stream sometimes. I haven't been doing it recently.
Yeah, you haven't. Actually, I realized that you haven't streamed in months. I used to enjoy watching your streams.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just, I don't know, it takes a little effort to set up, so I kind of fallen off of it. But I guess I could start trying again. I did, well, actually, recently I streamed a commission doing a Venom piece. That might still be up on Twitch. I streamed through Twitch.
All right. Sean has a question. Are there any indie creators that you haven't worked with yet that you would love to work with?
I'll work with you. No, I'll work with anybody. I don't really know names, but I just want to, work. So whoever would like me to work with them, I would like to work with you. So any and every indie artist.
I guess I want to expand that. Is there any creator in general, not necessarily indie, but maybe mainstream, Marvel, DC, or maybe even outside of comics that you would love to work with? That's like on your dream list, basically.
Like a writer?
Yeah. Since you love writing so much.
Yeah, I would never want to write for mainstream, but art-wise, I had mentioned this to someone before, that I would prefer to work from the bottom up. So whoever's the lowest rung at Marvel or DC, I'd like to get my foot in the door and build up my career. I wouldn't want to jump in with any of the main writers that people would know, and I don't really know any other of the writers.
So bottom run, we're talking about Scott Snyder,
yeah.
Alan Moore, just bottom feeder type people, right? That unknowns is what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'd like to start on like a struggling property and try and just get my name out there that way. Okay. I would not want to start on Batman and have all that pressure that goes along with trying to make it a good comic.
All right. Well, I think this is probably the time in our show where we actually, this is normally where we would do Danny's quick takes. Unfortunately, though, Danny's not here, so we're gonna have to do Kyrun's quick takes. Kyrun's quick takes are a 45-second not necessarily speed round questionnaire, but I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, 5 in all. Give you 45 seconds to answer those, and we'll see how it goes.
All right.
And now a word from our sponsor.
And now back to the show.
Yeah, sorry. I had Danny set up because, he was supposed to be here, but all right, let's do this though. All right, so Kyrun's quick takes. Question number 1. Since you were mentioning you love drawing so much, what is your favorite music to listen to while you create?
When I'm creating, I like my favorite music is alternative rock. So I've been using Spotify to just put random stuff on. I do like ska punk, and Mad Caddies is one of my favorite ones. Just anything on the shuffle playlist. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I listen to. When I'm creating new characters, I'll try and play music that I think they would listen to get into the head of the character. Or if the scene is a specific scene, I'll play specific music to enhance that feel of that area while I'm drawing or creating the story.
Okay. All right. Question 2. If you had the chance and opportunity to go anywhere in the world to showcase your book, any convention in the world, what convention would you want to go to the most?
What's the one down south? The offshoot from San Diego Comic-Con is WonderCon. Is it WonderCon?
Okay, that's the one in LA, right?
Yes. I don't
Okay.
know. But it's like the branched off from, and I hear
I think they are associated with SDCC. Yeah.
I hear it's really good for comic books because San Diego Comic-Con is more focused on movies and stuff.
Big announcement.
From what I would know, I don't know. I've never been there, so I would like to go to WonderCon.
Although I've heard just from other comic creators this year that, well, maybe not all of them, but some of them are actually doing really well selling their book. David Crownson, who's been on the show, who wrote Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer, he told on his Facebook yesterday that he sold out of his issue number 1.
Wow.
So we'll see. I think a lot of that's also, this is the first year that Comic-Con has been back and in person, so people are just wanting to buy things.
Yeah.
But we'll see. All right, so WonderCon. All right. Question 3. What is your favorite beverage of choice? If you have any beverage, what would you choose?
I used to drink Mountain Dew a lot. But
okay. You like that yellow number 4, right?
Nowadays I just drink diet Pepsi Zero. Pepsi Zero would be my favorite beverage. Mango juice, mango nectar was a pretty good sweet thing. I don't know. I don't drink. I used to drink alcohol. I don't drink that anymore though.
So you're living healthier.
Yeah, healthy. If I was still drinking, my favorite beverage would be alcohol.
All right, what is your drink of choice when you were drinking?
Oh, that just anything that would get me tipsy.
Okay. All right. Question number 4. What is your favorite comic that you're reading right now? If you are reading comics, what is your favorite comic?
I don't really read many comics, so it's few and far between. The closest thing since reading your comic was actually I have it right here. It's a pretty cool sci-fi book that I got. I've had this for a while, and then I got the second book, so it's a 2-book thing, and it's a good sci-fi detective story.
Okay.
Other than
What was the
that,
name of it? I couldn't read. There was a.
it's the transmutation of Ike Garuda.
Okay.
It's a complete story, two issue complete story. It's pretty good.
All right.
That's the recent one I read.
Okay. All right. Well, this is your last question. You've done good so far. But this is going to stump you, hopefully. Question number 5. Danny always does a top 5 whenever he does question number 5. So I figure I stick with the same theme. And number 5 is, who is your top 5 favorite comic characters of all time?
Oh, Spider-Man.
Okay.
Batman. There's so many. I like them all. Batman. Comic? Can we do some manga too?
Yeah. Go ahead. Mangas are comics. They're just
All Might.
Okay. I love me some My Hero Academia.
My Hero Academia. Eraserhead, man. So All Might, Eraserhead, and then I'll say.
5 seconds.
Shoot.
Just pick one.
Punisher was a big favorite. So.
Okay. All right. So Spider-Man, Batman, Punisher, All Might, and Eraserhead.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good list. That's a good list. All right. All right. I want to read these comics that were manga Benny Sips. I'm not familiar with that one. I don't know what that means. Do you? Venetius? I don't know. All right. Sean said he just bought Bumper and Pinball from your web store.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
I saw he asked for a coupon because I don't have coupons, but I'll throw in some stuff. I'll throw in some stuff to anybody who gets some stuff from this viewing.
Oh, that's nice, man. Oh, see, the Twitch emotes don't show up, unfortunately. I don't know why. That's just Restream, the system we use. So, but all right. Well, that was Kyrun's Quick Takes. I'm going to say Kyrun's Quick Takes were brought to you by iDrive for Cerber, upcoming comic book adapted for comic books by Sean Barbour, drawn by Kyrun Silva, colored by King Bola. Look for that soon. I don't know when, but I'm going to use this as a self-plug right now. So
that's a cool little. I saw you guys promoting that with your social media little ads for the server.
That was all Sean. Sean does that. I haven't seen him do it recently, but he does that all on his own. And the book that we're doing it's a comic book about a guy who drives for a supernatural Uber or Lyft.
Yeah. And
it just goes about his adventures dealing with all these demons and zombies and all these other creatures that, we have all these myths about. And it's actually a really fun book. I think I just turned in page 24, yesterday. I'm going to do 25 today. So I'm excited for it. And I hope everybody checks it out. I think it's really fun. It's adapted from a short story that Sean found on Reddit. And it's going to be really cool.
Very cool.
All right. Well, we have a couple more minutes. So was there anything that maybe you wanted to touch on that we didn't get to talk about, or anything you wanted to bring up?
No.
Anything you're upcoming? Nothing?
So, I don't know. I'm making that one that I talked to you about, but working on other characters, spreading myself thin. I'm going to be having my next issue is going to be 31 pages, and it's going to be a black and white. Any upcoming cons? I just emailed Stockton Con Summer, but they're already full, so I'm on a waiting list, I think. Or I asked to be put on the waiting list. If I can get that one, that'd be cool. But I don't really have anything planned. It's so hard for me to try and get conventions because you have to sign up for them so far in advance, it seems.
Yeah.
which I'm always like head down off the drawing board, and then I finish, and I'm like, oh, now it's time to start doing conventions, and they're all sold out by the time I look at them.
All right, Sean wants to know if we can anticipate seeing you in person if AuroraCon follows through.
I mean, I'll try, but it depends on the financial situation. I've come up with the money for the tables. Those are, hard hit on the pocket, man.
They are. And then you also got to count travel costs and gas price, and you're already in Fresno. Traveling up to Oro is that's a long drive. That's a good 6 hours?
I don't remember.
It's a long drive either way.
Made it a few times.
Yeah. So I mean, I hope to see you there. If they have it, I hope to see you because you're always fun to talk to, and it's always good to just catch up.
Yeah, I like going to cons. That we were talking about marketing earlier. That's my favorite place to go is to go to the cons to meet people face to face and try and show them my stuff.
All right. Sean said that's a big drive, which it is. All right. Well, Nicholas, this has been fun. And again, I apologize that Danny wasn't here to join in on the fun, but I know we talked about earlier, your website is torridcomics.com. Where else can we find you as far as your social media and things like that?
I have, and if you guys want to find them quick, it's on my website, torridcomics.com. I have all my links. I'm on my Torrid Comics page on Facebook is just facebook.com/Torrid Comics. My Instagram it's going to have underscores between each word, but it's art of Nicholas Garza _ between each word. And then my Twitter is, I need to change it because it's goofy, but it's Nick_sick. I have a Tumblr. I think it's just Torrid Comics @Torrid Comics. I'm not sure. I just started
Tumblr's still a thing? I thought they. No, I'm being completely. Didn't they cut it? Didn't they shut down? Because
I think they just stopped the adult content, man.
Wasn't that all Tumblr? Okay, all right.
I don't get really any reach, but I'm just spreading out quickly, like distributing all my images to everywhere. I don't really go there, and I just started a TikTok.
All right, what's your TikTok?
I did just start a TikTok. The name, I'll just look it up. I think it's art of Nicholas Garza too, or something like that.
This is why you have to have everything the same, so you could just say Torrid Comics, bam, that's it.
Yeah, it's art of Nicholas Garza.
No underscores or anything?
No, one word, yeah.
All right, man. Well, thank you again for being on the show. This has been fun. Hopefully we can have you on when your upcoming project is ready, and we can talk about that too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you for having me, and keep making comics.
All right. Well, if this is your first time checking out the Foretales podcast, please go back to our website. It is the number 4, TALES podcast.com. You can check out all our previous episodes and see what we've been having fun with. If you want to check out any of my books, you can go to torridcomics.com. All my books are available on physical or digital formats. Again, like I mentioned, next week we're going to have Michael Watson from Freestyle Comics on the show. We're going to talk about some things in his current book, Emerald Quest, which is available on Kickstarter. But until next time, sayonara, goodbye, and please take care of yourselves.
Music provided by my brother, Quix Made It. Find him online in YouTube, Instagram, and SoundCloud.
I want to know what it is Quick is trying to say.